Hello everyone, welcome back to Commercified. This video is in continuation of the previous video. Now here I'm going to tell you about a very important concept which is the law of demand. So demand is the relationship between quantity demanded and the price of the commodity considering that other things are same. So when we talk about demand, we actually talk about the relationship between quantity demanded and the price of a commodity, but the other factors that impact demand are considered to be constant. Now, this demand shows only one part of the demand function. Why? Because the other things are kept constant. So, when we talk about the law of demand, it says the quantity demanded increases with the fall in prices and it decreases with the increase in prices. What this law of demand says is that when a price of commodity increases, the quantity that we demand of it reduces. For example, currently the rate of tomatoes is very high. So, in that case, since the rate is very high, we are demanding less quantity of tomatoes. Similarly, if the price reduces, we will start demanding a higher quantity. That means that demand and price are inversely related to each other. There are certain assumptions of the law of demand. The first one, like we considered that other factors are constant. So what are the other factors which we keep constant? They are the assumptions of the law of demand. First one is that there is no change in habits, tastes and preferences of the consumer. Because if habits, tastes and preferences change, then this law will not work. The second one is that the consumer's money income is constant, which means that they can buy only a limited amount of commodity because their money income is not increasing. The commodity should not be a prestigious good because in case of prestigious goods, the law of demand does not work. There are no substitutes. Substitutes means those commodities that can be used in place of one another. So we consider that there are no substitutes. Otherwise, again, this law will not work. The price of other goods is also same. There is no change and there is no expectations of future rise in prices, which means that the consumer is not expecting that the price will increase in future. The next concept we talk about is the characteristics of law of demand. See, there are certain characteristics of this law. The first one is that there is an inverse relationship, something which I have already told you, that if price increases, the quantity demanded will reduce, and if price reduces, the quantity demanded will increase. So this is a kind of opposite or an inverse relationship. Next is price is considered to be independent variable whereas demand is a dependent variable. Now this is very important assumption. Why? Because always in case of law of demand we consider that the price will change and due to it the demand will change, not the other way around. That is why it explains the change in demand due to change in price. Now this word due to is very important here. Next is other things are same, something that you already know now, and it is a qualitative statement. Again, see, it does not show how much change in demand will bring how much change in the price. It only shows that price increases, demand decreases, price decreases, then demand increases, but it does not show how much decrease in price will cause how much increase in demand. That is why it is a qualitative concept and not a quantitative concept. It is concerned with certain period of time. Now, there are certain reasons due to which the law of demand works. We know that when price will increase, demand will decrease, price will decrease, demand will increase. But then again, why? Why does this happen? So, the first reason for it is income effect. See, when the price reduces, the real income of the consumer increases. Suppose a consumer has, say, 100 rupees. So, when the price is 50, he can buy only 2 units. But when the price reduces to say 20 rupees, then they can buy 5 units. So, price reduces, the demand increases. Why? Because there is an increase in the real income. This 100 rupees is considered to be constant, but there is change in the real income of the consumer due to change in price. That is why the demand increases. This enables the customer to spend less so that they can buy more quantity of goods. Earlier they were able to buy only 2 units, now they can buy 5 units out of the same money that they had. The next reason is the substitution effect. When price of commodity say X reduces and the price of Y is constant. Okay, there are two commodities X the price of X is coming down, whereas the price of Y is not changing at all, then consumer will buy less of some other commodity so that they can increase the consumption of X. See, this is what happens with us also. When a price of one commodity is reducing, then in that case we will try to buy it more by reducing the consumption of some other commodity. That is why we say that the substitution effect also works here. Okay, and always the consumer will try to substitute a costlier commodity with the cheaper one. They will buy more of cheaper commodity and less of the costlier commodity. There's another reason behind working of the law of demand, which is the law of diminishing marginal utility, which means that when we consume more and more of commodity, the utility derived from an every additional unit that we consume goes on reducing. The consumer always wants to attain equilibrium, that you all know. So with rise in prices, marginal utility will increase only when less quantity is consumed. You know that when the price is more, then in that case the consumer will be satisfied when he is able to buy less quantity of the commodity, because price is more, so he is not ready to give too much money. That is why he will start buying less quantity of the commodity. And what is equilibrium point? Where price is equal to the marginal utility. Next is change in number of buyers. See, what happens is when there is, say, increase in price, the quantity reduces. Why? Because the people who were buying it earlier are now not able to buy it because of increase in prices. That is why what happens is, in this case the number of buyers will reduce. And on the other hand, if we say, suppose if the price of a commodity is reducing, then the number of buyers will increase. Why? Because now there are more people who are able to buy that commodity. Say a commodity was 20 rupees, then only 20 people were able to buy it. Now the price is, if 10 rupees, then there will be maybe 50 people who will be able to buy it. That is why the quantity demanded will increase when price will reduce. Other uses of the commodity: when the price reduces, it is used for more purpose. For example, water. If there is shortage of water and we are ordering water tankers, then in that case we will use water for less and less purposes because it is expensive. And on the other hand, what will happen when the price of water is very less, then we will use it everywhere for everything. In that case the demand will be high, and vice versa. Let me know if you have any questions related to it. Follow Commercified for more. Thanks for watching.